Welcome to Dadpreneur episode number 7-4. Doing two tonight. I kind of slacked off last week. I missed a couple episodes, so I'm making up a couple tonight here Monday night, January 23rd. Um, this was in a Facebook group the other day. A guy asked, he is a veteran. He's in a wheelchair, does websites for small business owners. I've never met him before. He was asking for some help, some assistance. He tries to do what just about everybody does when they go into like the agency world or the helping small businesses. I did it for years, so I can share. I'm I can certainly relate to him and share from the mistakes, many mistakes that I made over the years. One was trying to be a jack of all trades, master of none, trying to service everyone, and that's exactly what he's doing. Hopefully some of the comments that other people shared and myself, hopefully persuade him into picking a niche and going deep into the niche. I'm big into that. I've talked about that on the live streams before. That really goes for any business. If you're doing a Shopify store, if you're doing like client work, um, pick one area and become the master in it. It's much easier to be the big fish in the small pond as opposed to the small fish in the big pond. And people don't want generalists anymore. They want specialists. And I told him that. I said, hey man, why don't you go behind? He's in a very small town, I think up in like Montana, and a lot of people think that you have to work in your town or your city or your area, let's call it. And he was like, "There's not many people up here, so I have to appeal to everybody. Um, they can't afford expensive services because we're in a very small town and they don't make much money. And I was like, well, first of all, you're on the internet. You can have clients anywhere. Like it doesn't matter. You don't have to be in the city. And when I did my client work, a lot of times I preferred to work outside of Vegas, or my clients were outside of Vegas, because the clients in Vegas they would always want to like meet up and go to lunch, which is okay sometimes, but sometimes they can overdo it and kind of cross the boundaries, which is another completely another video of mine about boundaries. So I told him you can work, you don't have to work in your town. And I told him I prefer not to work there. Go outside of your town. Especially if it's a small town and they don't have the money, that's just kind of all up in your head anyways. You're marketing to small business owners. It doesn't really have anything to do with like the median home income, or not nothing to do with, but it's two different things. So I told him niche down, first of all, was my first advice was niche down, and be a specialist, to somebody, to some niche. And he thought, okay, that makes sense. And he said, oh, there's not enough people. And then I told him the whole internet thing. And I said, why don't you be the dentist website guy, or maybe even niche down even more. Dentist websites might be a little crowded. Um, the orthodontist, for braces, you'd only design websites for orthodontists. That's it. You don't design them for the general dentist, orthodontist only. Now it's much easier to be that big fish in that small pond. So that's one example. Another one I asked him, he says, oh, I just want to help small business owners. And I get that. I was the same way. I'd always say that. And a lot of people do. I just want to help small business owners. So sometimes I waive my fee. I think he said, or I lower my fee, and then they get twice the amount of hours that they're supposed to get, or they get more time than they're supposed to get, which it affects him. And that's a whole nother deal too. It's that's going to destroy his business. That's going to destroy like morale and everything. And he's going to end up burning out. So he's got to put his foot down at some point and put up boundaries, like I discussed. This was a big problem that I had. And I told him, if you want to help small business owners, I asked him, are you creating content? Because that is the best way to help these small business owners. If they can't afford you, have blog posts on why they need to market on Facebook, or why they should be writing blog posts, why they should be doing Facebook live streams, why they should be doing Twitter, why they should be on Snapchat, why they should be doing direct mail, why they should be doing this, that, and the other, email marketing, things like that. These are all different blog posts. Or he could create videos, or he could create audio recordings. He could there's apps on your phone, you just talk into your phone and record it if that's what you wanted to do. Upload it to SoundCloud. Now you have kind of like a podcast, or iTunes. Now you have a podcast. Do live streams, do Facebook or YouTube videos, do written blog content, and share why. If you niche down why orthodontists need a professional website, for example, and other things, why they should be using email marketing or Facebook advertising, things like that, and be the expert, creating that content, pushing out that content over and over. This is episode number 74. This is what I'm doing, putting out content, sharing my stories, my wins, my losses of the last 6.5 years, or 6 years, 6.5 years actually, online. I've made more mistakes than I can count. So I like doing these live streams and kind of sharing mistakes I've made, kind of lessons I've learned so people can avoid those. So putting out that content, establishing yourself as the expert. And what I found over the years is there's three types of people. And I learned this from someone, and it seems to be pretty true. So I didn't come up with this, and I can't remember where I learned it from. It's from years ago. From what I found, there's three types of people. The first type, let's say type A people, are the people that are going to read your content or consume your content. Let's say maybe they watch a video, they read your blog post, they listen to your podcast or your audios, whatever. They consume your content, and then they try to do it themselves, or it's in one ear out the other, or whatever, however they're consuming it. They're never going to hire you. Those people, you do not want them to hire you. They're going to be fucking headaches. Number two, let's say person number B is the people that are going to listen or consume your content, and they're going to try to do it themselves. And some of them might be successful with it. Some of them might throw the towel in, and some of them might throw the towel, not necessarily throw the towel in, but they might say, you know what, I'm going to hire Adam. This Adam is where I learned it from. He got me a little ways, with his YouTube videos or with his blog posts. I need some more help though. I'm not, I've got part of the way, I got 3/4 of the way. I need him to kind of close it out for me. That's those are okay people to work with, but I prefer to work with people, the C people, person number three. And these are the people that consume your content, see you post on Facebook or posting videos or live streams or blog posts. They know that you're the expert. You've established yourself as the expert. They maybe consume some of your content. They don't have the time to consume a ton of content. They're busy. They're very, very successful. They know you're the expert. They hire you right away. They're not going to negotiate on your price. They're going to say, when can we get started? Basically, I mean, they're ready to go. They got the checkbook out, or they got the cash in hand ready to go, or the duffel bag. Maybe, I don't know how you do business, but maybe they have the duffel bag of, or the brown paper bag of money, duffel bag of money to give to you because they're ready to go. They're not going to beat you up on their price. They're going to respect your time and that. Those are the people you want to work with. C. There are some okay B people, but I prefer to work with the C. And again, you put out content, you put out content, you put out content, you put out content. You help, you give, you give. The more you give, the more you're going to get back. The more you give, the more you receive. So if you want to help all small business owners like this guy, and I hear it from a lot of people, they have, oh, I have this big heart, I want to help these people, but they can't afford me. Well, why not record a video where they should use Facebook ads, a 7-minute video, and then send it to all of them? Send them the link, to the 8 business owners that you're talking with, instead of taking up all your time. You record a quick 7-minute video and you spend, I don't know, 10 minutes to shoot them out an email. And then other people are going to find that video as well. YouTube videos for B2B is extremely powerful. I used to get a ton of calls when I did like real estate marketing. And people would be like, I watched a YouTube video of yours, and then I watched another one and another one and another one. And they were ready to do business. They had watched 5, 6, 10 of my videos. They knew who I was. They watched me on video, and they were ready to do business. They might have stumbled upon me last night on YouTube. Never heard of me 24 hours ago, but they watched a couple of videos, watched me on camera. And I'm sure there's plenty of them that never called. They're going, well, that guy's a freak. I don't want to work with him. That's totally cool. That's the power of video. It repels the people as well. It also brings the people in. So there's a ton you could do putting out content if you want to help every small business owner, which you can't look at it like that. Again, like I said, niche down. But if you want to help the people and they can't afford your services, put out videos, ask them questions what they have, and put a video for each question. I did that last summer. I recorded 23 videos, I think it was 27 videos of a question that people would ask in Facebook groups, and one video. Most of them were 1 to 2 minutes long. That's it. And people still watch the videos today. I put in the time 6, 7, 8 months ago, and people are still benefiting from it. So put out the content. It establishes you as the expert. It feels good too, actually. You're helping people whether you know it or not. And like I said, you're going to come across 3 types of people. The first type of people are the people that are going to consume your content, that'll never call, which is totally fine, or never reach out to you about your services. The second type of people is the people that are going to try to do it themselves. Then they're going to end up calling you, and they're going to want help, but they've already started it. It can be a pain. Like I said, sometimes it can be beneficial to work with them, but I prefer to work with the third group of people. That's the people who know you're the expert. They've consumed some of your content. They've seen the results. Maybe read a case study or two, read some testimonials, saw a testimonial video. They want to hire you right away. They're not going to beat you up on price and negotiate and things like that. So that's the power of content marketing. And plus, if it's like an evergreen content, it's going to work for years and years and years to come. A lot of the content that I do is kind of like Facebook advertising. It might not work in 6 months, so it's not evergreen where it's always going to work. But I'm trying to do more of the evergreen content. So let's say this video would work in 2019, 2020, 2024, things like that. I want this video to work all the time. Facebook advertising. Facebook might not be around in a couple of years, and the advertising is certainly going to be different in 6 months, a year from now. So try to stick with the evergreen content where it works for you over and over and over and over all the time, forever. I use my finger quotes. So that's it. That went a little bit long there, but I'm really passionate about the content marketing. That's why I do these videos. It's like I said, it's 11:30 at night. I got to get up at 6, but I like doing these Facebook live streams. It's content, putting out content. You always win. Some are going to be, and some of the content's going to be bad. You just keep doing it. That's why I'm doing all these videos. I'm on 74 right now. Episodes 1 through 20 were horrible. Then I got a little bit better. And I got a little bit better. Some people might say episode number 74 is horrible. But when I'm at episode 158, I'm going to look at 74 and go, man, 74 is bad. I was really bad. But I'm really good at 158 and continue when I'm continue looking back. So put out content. It's not going to be perfect. Don't worry about that. So that's it. Episode number 74, probably the longest episode, with 11 and a half minutes, but I could go with the content marketing all night. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it.